into the Blue Label brand of professional wrestling. Brad Gilmore and Matt Topolsky for the row, and this week on this edition of the Reality of Wrestling, Brad, the Texas Championship will be defended, and for the first time ever, Mantell will take on pound for pound an equal challenger in Big Max Humberto.
I think that's a great point when you think about it, Matt, because we've seen Mantell have great showings here in Reality of Wrestling time and time again. But now when he's going up against somebody like Max Humberto, you're right, that pound for pound, that size for size matchup between the two, I think it's going to be a compelling matchup for Mantell tonight.
Absolutely, and Max Humberto with an opportunity to, in a way, step out of the shadow of La Familia if he captures that Texas Championship here tonight. Well, in addition to that, the Rise to Wrestling Royalty Tournament winner, Zack Mason, will be here in action this week, and you know he's bringing his ring in tow, Brad.
Hey, he's the champ now, man. That's what you do. You got to support the ring. He's got some really big rings, you know what I mean? And I'm excited to see Zack Mason, though, now trying to capitalize off of that momentum from the Rise of Wrestling Royalty. You got to remember, he's been a tag performer for the majority, actually for all of his career. This is going to be his first time getting able to step out of that tag team format and see what he can do in singles.
Absolutely. Well, to start the action this week, Johnathan Vega of La Familia. He's been on a hot streak as of late, and we're going to see him next in the ring. Johnathan Vega representing La Familia and flanked by Diego de la Cruz. Responsible for a string of very impressive outings in recent months. Both in singles competition and in the Reality of Wrestling tag team division.
Kind of a mixed reaction too to La Familia a little bit.
I think that only further illustrates my point about Johnathan Vega's performances recently, Brad Gilmore, is that despite the fact that he may not be winning a popularity contest in terms of his personality around here, he is earning some of the respect from the Row Nation.
I got respect for Diego de la Cruz. This man is dripping in swag. Look at him. Dripping in swag.
Number one, Brian Johnson making his Reality of Wrestling debut this week, coming to us from Ring of Honor Wrestling. And he has been on the independent professional wrestling circuit now for roughly 12 years and looks to make an impact here at the Row, Brad Gilmore.
Well, man, he's picked a really, in my opinion, a bad matchup tonight because you're trying to make the debut, you're trying to be impressive and impress the powers that be, but now you're going to have to think about the numbers game. The numbers game is always at play with La Familia.
Matchup is underway.
Let's see, look at that. Diego de la Cruz already trying for it, and there's Johnathan Vega.
Well, I'll tell you what, numbers game or not, no disrespect meant to Brian Johnson, but it is not wise to turn your back on your opponent, especially if it's a member of La Familia.
Absolutely, and he learned that the hard way. Brian Johnson from the northeast side of this country. Oh, look at that, a big knee, though. I'll translate any market. Oh! There we go again. Diego de la Cruz. Oh!
Well, that might put an end to his accordion playing days right there.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Brian Johnson stomping on the right palm. And now putting the boots to Johnathan Vega. Head of steam here, charging up into the corner. Drives that thigh right into the nose and jaw. One half of La Familia's tag team Specialties.
Look at that. Diego De La Cruz putting his partner in perfect position. Look at that. That might be
Cover
all.
here. 1, 2.
Oh, wow.
Ryan Johnson slips under the door for the match to continue. You know, we said at the top of this matchup, Brad, that Johnathan Vega has shown a lot of promise in recent months. And right now, he and Diego De La Cruz working together as a cohesive unit, almost turning this into a handicap match. But I got to ask you, do you think that perhaps it might be better for Johnathan Vega at this stage of his career to maybe step outside the family and give it a go on his own?
Hey, you know, it's an interesting point, or interesting question rather, but I don't think so. I think that Johnathan Vega, I mean, look at this. He and Diego De La Cruz, they're legit family.
An attempt here again, hooks the leg.
They work way too well together, and it always makes you feel a little bit more comfortable. You have a little bit more confidence when you have someone in your corner. You're all right, man. Johnathan Vega's been so impressive in everything that he's been doing in reality of wrestling. And Brian Johnson is trying to get his game back, trying to get his groove back in the match, and that might do it.
Monster lariat right there from Brian Johnson, but Johnathan Vega, ever aware of where he is in the ring, has become a skilled veteran here at Reality of Wrestling.
You got to remember, he's got home court. He knows this ring. He's run these ropes. He's been in this arena. He knows every nook and cranny possible. Brian Johnson knows none of it.
Vega leaping DDT, hooks the leg. This could be it. 2.5.
So close.
We're on the road to Christmas Chaos, which will be live on Reality of Wrestling's YouTube in just a few weeks. And Johnathan Vega would love a spot on that coveted card if he can defeat the newcomer, Brian Johnson from Ring of Honor this week. He may very well impress the brass.
Nice couple right hands. Ref, you got to watch those. Oh! Flying forearm, Matt. Oh, man.
Atomic drop there from Brian Johnson, stringing together a flurry of offense. Airplane spin. And that will definitely rearrange the equilibrium of Johnathan Vega, or perhaps both competitors. Lariat over the top. Brian Johnson with a lot of power in that right arm. The second time he has taken Vega.
Wait a minute, what is he doing?
Look at that.
Oh, Diego De La Cruz trying to get a shot in at him. Well, that's how you come in the hard way.
Oh, look out, Brian Johnson!
A big dive.
Like a human missile flying through the middle ropes.
Well, Diego De La Cruz arguing with the referee. Johnathan Vega down on the outside, Matt Topolsky. This is Brian Johnson's shot. Oh, wait a minute.
Face first into the post. And look out! Backstabber in the center of the ring!
That's gotta be all.
1, 2, does it for La Familia!
Here is your winner, Johnathan Vega!
Matt Topolsky, I said that Brian Johnson got a difficult matchup for him in his debut at Reality of Wrestling, and this is for the very reason, the numbers game of La Familia.
Johnathan Vega, via the assistance of Aiden Cristiano, gets a green check mark in the dub column this week. And La Familia off to the races on the road to Christmas Chaos.
Yo, I represent for environments have been victimized. Vindicate my lifestyle, voltage to my slice of life. Yo, but I fight back, I better write that. Take that position, hit it like a hi-hat. Oh, he hit me, adios. I could have been out feeding, but I stick it to my flows. I could put him in a grave just from killing audio. Now my intro is in session, take a lesson, let it go. Bring a paramedic, if you get it, then I said it. If you dogging, I'm your breaded. Out of fight that leave you dead, and you can walk, just leaving headaches. When you walk, talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, the winner of Rise to Wrestling Royalty, Zack Mason.
Yeah! What's up, Ashley? What's going on?
Not much, Zack. Congratulations, by the way. You defeated 2 opponents in 2 grueling matches, and you were presented the brass ring by Booker T. I mean, how are you feeling after all that accomplishment?
Ashley, how do I feel?
Hold up. Congratulate him for what? For being young and entitled? For being a stupid freaking millennial that runs around like a chicken with his head cut off, whining and complaining every time they don't get what they want, how they want, when they want it handed to them? Huh? You know, you see, that's the problem. All these participation trophies. You think I've broke my back day in and day out for years to let somebody like you come in here and take my spot? Oh, hell no. And what's this? This your new title? You know what that means? Absolutely nothing. Hate you, young punks.
I'm entitled? I'm a young punk, huh? Well, listen here, old man. How about you lace your boots up and you step into the ring with the new face of reality of wrestling?
Oh, you think that's cute, huh? Mm-hmm. This old man is going to teach you a lesson in respect.
Introducing first, from Washington, D.C., weighing in at 210 pounds, Abel Andrew Jackson.
Well, Matt Topolsky, I don't know why you're still seated. By now you should know that you need to stand up for greatness. Look at him. Specimen. Abel Andrew Jackson.
Well, Abel Andrew Jackson may be a specimen. He may be a seasoned veteran here at the Reality of Wrestling, but one thing that he's not is royalty, and that's what he will be facing this week on the Reality of Wrestling. You know, you can put the headset down and go stand in his corner if you want to, Brad.
I would be honored.
Don't
Matt
show him
Topolsky.
some support.
I would
carry
be
the
honored.
broadcast. It'll be my pleasure.
And his opponent from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 200 pounds, Zack Mason.
And here comes the winner of the inaugural Rise to Wrestling Royalty Tournament. He's got the ring.
He's sporting it around his neck. Yeah, Zach's got some swag too. Nice little chain that he's got for it and a lot of confidence. Zack Mason, 3 wins in one night. Had a battle through it, ended up beating Brendan Steen in the finals to become the first ever man declared wrestling royalty. He even had to face his partner, Warren Johnson.
And let me take that even a step further. He took on, in the main event, a Brendan Steen who was granted a bye. A fresher competitor in that final round, and still, Zack Mason rose to the occasion and was granted the keys to the kingdom here at Reality of Wrestling by the 2-time Hall of Famer, Booker T. The question really is now, Brad Gilmore, can Zack Mason, a former 2-time Reality of Wrestling champion, handle the pressure and expectations that will be placed upon him since being given the ring by Booker T?
I mean, it's great power, great responsibility, right? Big shoes to fill there by becoming the first man to do something in Reality of Wrestling. But you're right, he's a 2-time tag team champion, but now he's got to focus on singles competition. And you're in there with a guy like Abel Andrew Jackson, former television champion. And we saw what happened a bit earlier today when Zach was being interviewed, asked how he felt about being the first man declared Rise to Wrestling Royalty winner. And then Abel Andrew Jackson kind of interjected, and he said, that ring, it don't mean nothing, to quote Abel Andrew Jackson. I think tonight we'll see if Zack Mason can show Abel what it's all about.
Well, you know, I know Abel Andrew Jackson claims that it don't mean nothing, but I've got to tell you something. Abel Andrew Jackson would feel dramatically different if he had won that tournament. I think that goes without saying. He would be telling
the
everybody about
hypocrisy of politics. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can say that again. Still to come in our main event, just a friendly reminder for everyone at home, the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship up for grabs. Mantell has been unbeatable since capturing that title at the last stand. And right now, a knife-edge chop ringing out through the World Gym Arena, courtesy of Double AJ. And a beautiful hip toss there from the 2019 Rise to Wrestling Royalty winner.
Matt, I got to ask you, though, how much of Zack Mason's success, especially winning the tournament, could you chalk up to beginner's luck? I mean, he has not been in the game as long as someone like Abel Andrew Jackson. Abel Andrew Jackson has all the tools of the trade. He's one of the best athletes and best physical specimens we've ever had here at Reality Wrestling. He didn't get a job done. Do you think that beginner's luck plays in at all with Zack Mason?
I think luck plays a part in everything that you do successfully in life. In the same way that timing plays a part. But what I will say too is, arguably, Zack Mason has already accomplished more in his short career here at Reality of Wrestling than Abel Andrew Jackson has.
Stop it.
I mean, one could say that Abel Andrew Jackson is starting to fade into obscurity a little bit here.
Are you out of your mind? It's because you don't realize the greatness that you should be standing up for in Abel Andrew Jackson. Of course, Zack Mason is phenomenal, but Abel Andrew Jackson has done something Zack Mason has never done. That's whole singles gold in Reality of Wrestling.
Very impressive reversal there from Zack Mason, who is now perched up on the high rent balcony from the top.
Oh, see, look at that. Abel Andrew Jackson had it scouted and a big bicycle kick to the chin from the veteran.
Well, this is going to be a true test for Zack Mason here tonight. Is he still experiencing a bit of a hangover from that tournament win? Abel Andrew Jackson looking to spoil the party. Kick out at 2.
And that's the thing about winning a championship a lot, or even winning a title such as, the ring that Booker T has
they
given.
call it in football the Super Bowl hangover. Absolutely.
Right, and the thing is, when you win something like that, it can go one of two ways. You can either gain more confidence and become a better competitor, or you can rest on your laurels and think that everything that you have done, you can just keep going out there and win, and that's not always the case.
Pin attempt once again.
So Zack Mason's really at a crossroads in his career, Matt Topolsky, in so many different ways. And it's going to be interesting to see, one, the outcome of this match, but also his trajectory going forward.
I think both of these athletes are at a crossroads in their career. And again, no disrespect meant to Abel Andrew Jackson, but there's a hell of a lot more road ahead for Zack Mason than there really is for Abel here. Abel's going to have to step up to the plate at some point and string a couple of victories together in a row here if he's going to continue to demand that everyone here stand up for greatness every time he walks through the curtain.
When's the last time you went to a Ferrari dealer and you saw that the price had been marked down? You never have, because greatness, Matt Topolsky, never goes on sale. Abel Andrew Jackson is greatness, and he will never falter from that.
How many hundreds did he slip in your pocket here tonight?
Look at that, he's on the ropes, ref. He's on the ropes. Do your job. Oh!
Abel going back downstairs again.
Oh!
True test for Zack Mason this week on the road, no question about that. Pin attempt once again. Zack Mason barely gets that shoulder up. And for a young man who is able to compete successfully in 3 consecutive matches in one night, he looks like he may be a little short on gas here in one competition against Abel Andrew Jackson this week.
Big shots to the rib cage. Those body shots, Matt Topolsky, taking the breath out of Zack Mason. Oh!
Zack Mason ducks underneath. Clothesline in stereo. Looking for the trifecta here. Belly to belly!
Wow, look at the power, even late in the game, that Zack Mason can display.
One of the things that's so impressive about this young athlete, that reserve tank that he can go to at any time when it is necessary. Reversal here.
Beautiful American suplex. Oh. Short order DDT there, Matt.
1, 2.
That's it. Wow. Had the referee been in position a half hair quicker, Matt Topolsky, we could have seen Abel Andrew Jackson walk out of here with a W.
Abel Andrew Jackson now calling for the swing vote. Center of the ring. Shocking turn of events it would be.
Now Zack got him in that, trying to get him in that crossface.
Zack Mason.
How he won that. That is how he won the tournament, Matt.
And Abel with that foot on the rope.
Come on, Zack. That made it.
Zack to break that modified version of a Cobra clutch right there.
The referee telling him, hey, watch out, man. Abel Andrew Jackson had it scouted.
a second here. Abel Andrew Jackson helping himself to some brand new jewelry. That is not legal, I can guarantee it, and the official
Referee
does not know. He's got a loaded hand right there. Blue Thunder bomb, center of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Zack Mason.
Well, Abel took his eye off the true prize, which was his opponent. And that decision cost him. In his first matchup since the Rise to Wrestling Royalty Tournament, Zack Mason continues this impressive run of victories, making 4 in a row for one half of Blind Death. Zack Mason is your winner.
And catch a buzz. I need a buzz quick. And give me love. Forget the money, give me high. I don't need no drugs. But tell me what you need.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome your new Reality of Wrestling champion, Brian Keith. Brian, congratulations. You finally did it. You won the Reality of Wrestling Championship. How excited are you?
Nancy, excited ain't even the word. Honestly, I feel blessed. Blessed because I know I serve a listening God. See, ever since I was a kid, all I ever prayed for was to be a professional wrestler. And I remember telling Booker T when I was 14, one day I'm going to come back and I'm going to wrestle for you. And here I am, Reality of Wrestling champion. You see, back then my words had life, and even today they still have life. It just took me a while to realize that. I don't just do this for myself. I do this for my family. And my family doesn't just include my wife, my kids, my parents, my siblings. No. My family is you. All the hardworking parents who come to our shows. The kids who wish to one day grow up and live their dreams. The people who live their lives and are told constantly on a day-to-day basis that they can't. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can. All you have to do is cowboy up. Yeah, doggy!
Yo. Hey, buddy. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm all right. You all right with that whole familiar thing a couple weeks back?
Huh. So you did see it?
Yeah, that's that.
Just funny to me.
Well, you didn't. You were good, right? You didn't need my help.
No.
Yeah.
I guess I never have.
Huh.
Believe in memories to resurrect me. Besieged by fallen dreams, hold them tight. Adored my wings, and use them nightly. I shall summon neither angel nor demon, though some shall know his name.
Well, Brad, what the hell did we just see? I mean, Isaiah looks like he's completely lost his mind, and the place that he is in looks very, very familiar.
You know, it does, Matt Topolsky, but the thing is with Isaiah is, with anybody who's been a part of Legion, you saying completely looks like he's lost. I think he's always had his mind gone. He's never been in clear mind, so I don't know what he's doing. I think he's wasting his time.
Yeah, I mean, the lights are on and no one's home. There's no one left. The building is empty.
Right.
Perhaps he's in his own mind.
Yeah.
Well, we'll stay tuned for any more updates on Isaiah, who is the last remaining member of Legion. we would have to imagine. Well, coming up next, Brad Gilmore, the Texas Championship up for grabs. Some would argue this is the most competitive title circuit in reality of wrestling today. Max Humberto, the next challenger to step up to Mantell, and I think pound for pound he can match the strength of Mantell, but will he bring it here tonight? Will he have enough gas in the tank to take that Texas title out of the grips of Mantell?
Well, he's got the opportunity. And that's the biggest thing for Max Humberto tonight is he has an opportunity. He has his moment here at Reality of Wrestling, and he better capitalize on that moment because if he loses it, he'll never get it back.
The Texas Championship up for grabs. It's our main event. It's Mantell taking on Max Humberto, and it's right now.
From Mexico City, weighing in at 260 pounds, Max Humberto.
Max Humberto, an enforcer for La Familia, some believe a bodyguard, if you will, for Reina. Tonight, with the biggest opportunity of his Reality of Wrestling career, a shot at the Texas title, and pound for pound, he could meet the strength of Mantell. We're going to see it on display here in our main event momentarily.
And his opponent from San Marcos, Texas, he is the son of Texas and your reigning, defending, undisputed Texas champion, Mantell.
Brad Gilmore, talk a little bit, if you will, about how Mantell has truly elevated that Texas championship since capturing that title at the last stand.
You know, when he won the title, he was still early on in his Reality of Wrestling career. Some people thought, hey, maybe he had too much exposure too soon. You know, could he stand the bright lights for this long? All those questions went out the window. This man is a hoss. He's 100 proof. He comes out here, he takes on all comers, beats whoever in front of him, and that's why the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship has really become the fighting championship. When you're in there with a guy like Mantell, he is going to make you earn it, and he's going to make you put your working boots on.
Fighting championship, two of the four men who have carried that title since its inception have been Rex Andrews and Mantell. I can't think of two better poster boys for the word fight than that. This is your main event on the road, and it is for the Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship. And here we go.
Matt, you hit on it earlier about the size difference. I mean, the size matchup of the two of them. There isn't a size difference. Look, they're almost vertically the same height, virtually the same height, and vertically, I guess. Same weight, same build, same power. This is just going to come down to a battle of experience and strategy.
That or a battle of will. This is a big piece of it. How much does Max Humberto want this? We know how badly Mantell wants it. He defends that title in every corner of the great Republic of Texas, every opportunity he gets, including right here at the World Gym Arena. But how badly does Max Humberto want this?
Well, this is opportunity. Like I said earlier, Booker T says it all the time. When you have a moment, if you lose that moment, you may never get it back. Same goes with an opportunity. This is a massive opportunity for a massive performer in Max Humberto. And if he comes up short, he may never, ever get this shot again.
We know what it took for Mantell to grab that Reality of Wrestling Texas Championship. He had to forego his spot in the last stand match. He called his shot, and he delivered. Could the same be said about Max Humberto when the dust clears here?
Oh, look at that athleticism from Mantell. Oh, my goodness.
Like a bull crashing through the rodeo gate, Mantell explodes on the challenger.
Yikes.
goodness. There is some 100% grade A Texas beef being exchanged in there right now.
Absolutely. Mantell not letting go. Max Humberto big and strong.
Oh, good God!
Well, I guess that's ground grade A Texas beef now. I mean, wow. What a shot. Oh, wow. Look at the power of Max Humberto. Just to be able to flip a guy the size of Mantell over the ring like that. Incredible.
It's tremendous, Brad. Both of these right now are personifying the word attrition because that's what this is. It's an attrition game. It's like two tanks from the Red Army just colliding into each other at the same time. And Max Humberto, as I said at the outset, pound for pound may be the best physical challenger Mantell has faced in all of his title defenses. A true wild card for Mantell to deal with. And what you have referred to as the fighting division here at Reality of Wrestling, this is combat, no question about it.
That back, that lower back area of Mantell really taking a lot of abuse, especially on that ring post right there. Max Humberto may be targeting that area very smartly. If you don't have that lower back support, it's going to be really hard to pick up Max Humberto for that 100-proof slam.
There's a sidewalk slam from the challenger, hooks the leg. Kick out at 2. Rarely, if ever, have we seen Mantell deal with the vestiges of battle like he is right now. The battle scars written all over his chest, his back, his forehead. As Max Humberto has begun to physically impose his will on the champion in what could be a stunning moment here with a new champion crowned in mere minutes. Mantell now battling back. Belly to belly, reversal from the challenger. 1, 2.
And when Mantell landed, you heard him scream out in agony for the first time I can ever remember here at Reality of Wrestling, and now he's gripping and grabbing at that low back. Max Humberto smells opportunity, Max Polsky. He smells a victory right now.
If you want to make it in a sport of professional wrestling, you have to be hungry. You have to be hungry like a starving shark. That is exactly what we are seeing right now, written on the face of Max Humberto. But will it be enough to capture that Texas title? That reverse bear hug right now putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the lower back of the champion.
Oh, man. Shoulder going into that post. Maybe even a desperation maneuver by Mantell to get momentum back on his side, and then he goes for it again.
That's an absolute desperation maneuver. Whatever it takes. Shoulder blocks in the corner. Knife edge chop. Closed fist. Comes back again.
Second win here.
What a boot. Right to the mouth. Mantell!
Oh my goodness.
A German suplex, and I think he put whatever he had left in the tank into that.
Oh wow, big lariat.
Mantell to retain the Texas title this time. Humberto kicks out. Wow.
And Matt, you said it earlier in this match that it could come down to a battle of will. And here we go. Oh wait, hold on. Looks like a power bomb here. Whoa, 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 whoa. Referee got clipped right there.
Well, the official in harm's way. And Max Humberto now. Wait a second, that's Diego De La Cruz.
What the hell is he doing
Diego
out
De La Cruz out here. Remember, Familia, come on. Not this way. Not this way, damn it. Shot right to the head with the Texas title.
No. No, 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 no,
Not
no.
this way. Max Humberto has just captured the Texas
Here is
Championship.
your winner and the new Texas champion, Zack Humberto.
Diego De La Cruz coming out here, acting like a cat burglar, like he had no idea what just happened.
Wait, hold on, Matt. Hold on. Wait. The other officials out here. The two officials having a conference here. What the hell is going on? Oh, wait a minute.
Well, it looks like that second official wasn't the only person that had a good, clear view of the live feed as Booker T is out here.
Well, maybe Booker T can come out here and try to figure out what the hell was going on. Obviously, Diego De La Cruz interjected himself in this match.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. What the hell happened?
Booker T trying to figure out the situation from both referees' vantage points. Kind of clear and concise what happened, though, Matt.
Well, any day of the week, that is a disqualification.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I guess we have a dilemma, okay? I know the fans want this match perhaps to be restarted right now. But I tell you what, we're not gonna do that. I got one referee telling me one thing, and I got another referee telling me something else. So I tell you what, the Texas Championship will be held up at this time. But, Mantell, you've been a man of your word. You've been a fighting champion. I can't do anything about this situation right now, but what I can do is bring this match back at Christmas Chaos. And it will be for the Texas Championship. So guys, get your tickets right now, because this match is going down.
Well, big news right there from the boss, Matt Topolsky. We're going to declare an undisputed Texas champion at Christmas Chaos.
I'll tell you what, Brad Gilmore, this could not be
Christmas Chaos, guys. Texas Championship will be on the line. Get your tickets now.
After using that title, he should have been disqualified, but now the window has been opened in the same way that the Houston Astros left that window open for the Washington Nationals, and anything could happen at Christmas Chaos.
Why you gotta bring up
with the
old
Texas
stuff?
title up for grabs.